This video is for service providers, coaches, and course creators who are making at least 5K a month from their offers and want to squeeze an extra 10, 20, or even 50K by doubling the value of their email subscribers on their email list, but have been struggling to get past the break-even point from their ads or are even in the negative. I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to implement a simple yet super effective email marketing strategy and ads process that works even on tiny ads budget so that you can start more conversations with your email subscribers and double your revenue per lead. And this works even if you don't have an audience yet. Sounds good? So keep watching. Before we dive into this training, there are 3 things that I need you to already have in place before the step-by-step process to work for you. So number 1, you need to have either like a validated minimum premium offer that has been sold at least once, or you need enough cash flow to be able to test a new premium offer. So a premium offer can be a service, a coaching package, or a course that you sell for at least $1,000. If you only sell offers worth under $1,000, stop watching this because this training won't work for you, this particular training at least. Number 2 is that you need at least to have in place enough revenue to be making at least 5K per month or more from your offer. So if you are not yet making that much per month, this will not work for you. You will not have the margins to make this work quite yet, unless you're willing to take on like a second part-time job or some other jobs on the side. And the third and final thing, and this is vital for this to work, is that you need to be open to sending more emails to your subscribers. So that doesn't mean you will spend more time sending emails. On the contrary, you will be sending more of them, but in less time. And that's because email is one of the most efficient and reliable ways to get in front of your audience on a regular basis for super cheap, because you already have that audience subscribed to you so that you can nurture a relationship with them. But the other reason email is my secret sauce is because having an email list really protects you from losing your audience if any of the other platforms that you're on ever goes down, or if they ever decide that they are going to ban your account because you did something that they consider wrong or anything like that. You will always have your email list and it's always going to be yours. So even if the tool that you're using to send emails to your list, even if they go down or if they ban you, for example, you can always take your list elsewhere as long as you're regularly backing that email list up. You can just switch software and keep on going. But if Facebook or Instagram goes down, you will lose all your data. You can lose all your followers and all that engagement. Okay? Great. So those were the 3 qualifications that you need for this training to work for you. So if you have all of these, you qualify for this training. So I'm going to whip out my notes right now and start this training where I'm going to walk you through how to use these super simple emails that I developed to double your value per email subscriber, even on a tiny ads budget. So I call this the Storynugget strategy, and it takes 15 minutes or less per day to implement. So if this strategy sounds good to you, whether you're making just 5K a month or 50, this Storynugget email strategy will work for you if you're selling services, coaching, or courses, as long as it's implemented and executed. And that is what I want to do for you. I want to take this off your hands and implement this strategy for you step by step, customized for your business. I will set up all the ads for you, no complicated tech needed for you to handle, and I'm going to write all your video scripts so you don't need to figure it out on your own. I'm also going to write and set up your emails. The way that I'll do this is by asking you questions via Voxer so that I can get some insight on your personality, your process, and even the little stories that happen to you on a regular basis. Each email is going to be based on your unique voice and unique perspective so that your subscribers can really connect with you and get an opportunity to work with you while also getting to know you better. And that's all that will be left for you to do, is just show up for calls when they get booked on your calendar, or reply to conversations in your inbox to enroll people into your offer. So if that all sounds good to you, press the button below and fill out the application to get on my calendar. And I promise that everybody who fills out the application will get a conversation with me, whether you're a good fit or not. So click below, answer a few quick questions, and I will speak to you soon. Okay, so now that we're here, I'm going to walk you through the exact email method and super cheap ad strategy that I use to spend 15 minutes a day max on my marketing and help myself and my clients maximize their revenue from an email list. So this strategy works even if in our currently highly competitive environment, because it will keep you top of mind with your subscribers and even with people who aren't yet on your email list. Even if you're already generating 10, 20, 30K a month, or if you're not yet at that point and you're just making 5K, it will help you squeeze more from your email list and from your audience who's not there yet. So even if you're just at 5K a month and you've never touched an ad manager before, that's where I was when I started this. So you are still in the right place. So this strategy is made up of a couple different moving pieces, but once I get over all this, you'll see how simple it really is. So don't let this scare you. So I'm going to explain what all of this is. We're going to start here at part 1, right here. In part 1, we generate your blue ocean of endless ideas. A blue ocean is essentially a way that you are not competing with your competitors because you are creating a series of topics that only you can really talk about. And so in this section, we're really coming up with topics that not only you're an expert in, but that you have a very unique point of view on. So you can bring a very unique perspective on these topics because you can talk about it from this perspective of your experience, maybe your clients' experiences, their case studies, etc. These are all topics that are strategically created in order for you to then be able to write really engaging emails and create really amazing video content that will attract the people who will become then your best clients. This is where we're going to make sure that you have enough email topics for a year or more. I've got a really simple, repeatable framework that can work for any service-based or course-based or coach-based business. To generate in just 15 minutes, you can generate 50 email topic ideas that can also be used for videos. So that is part 1. And then we're going to be using this blue ocean of endless topics for both part 4 and part 2. So then let's move to part 2. We are going to go either through some of your already existing best performing videos on social media right now, or you're going to create new videos using your blue ocean of endless topics. You're going to create at least 3, but the best course of action is to create more than 3 and test them out to see which one performs better. And we are going to run these ads to cold traffic, which means traffic who does not know anything about you yet. And we're going to run that for $5 a day as ads. So cold traffic, those are people who know nothing about you. And these videos have one main purpose. It's to start getting more eyeballs on you as a person, as a personal brand for your services, coaching services, or your courses. So you'll be building an audience of people who are watching your content for super cheap. I'm talking like 15 cents per watch, for example. So don't worry, I can actually write these scripts for you if you don't know what to say or how to get people's attention in those first few seconds. Once you know the framework, it's actually much more simple than it seems. Okay, so I got you covered for that. So full transparency before we go further. This video strategy, running $5 videos, this is actually based on Laurel Portier's Discovery Call Accelerator strategy. I did not invent this. I simply tagged it along to my email system because it works so well to generate top of funnel attraction for your clients and for your email subscribers. So then we move on to step 3. So everybody who has watched a portion of your videos from step 2, we are going to take these people, we're going to retarget all the video watchers once there are at least 1,000 of them, and we are going to run a lead generation campaign. So a lead generation campaign is where we collect their names and their email addresses directly on the platform that you're running ads. So if you're running ads on Facebook, they're going to fill in a form on Facebook. If it's on YouTube, they're going to fill in a form on YouTube. They do not have to go to another page. So what does that mean? That means that whenever we're running both of these ads in part 2 and in part 3, we do not need to rely on pixel data or any of those like techie complicated things. Everything stays on the platform, and you can then directly add people to your email list when they go through your lead gen ad. And because we're retargeting people who have already been in contact with you and they already know who you are, they're not a complete stranger, they already have some trust in you, we can run this part for very cheap, like as little as $2 a day. So at this point, people join your email list, and then it becomes super simple. At that point, at least 3 times a week and up to even once a day, so 7 times a week, you are going to be sending an email to your list. Okay, that's step 4. You're going to email your subscribers minimum 3 times per week using the Storynugget framework. So this framework is super simple. You start the email off with a hook that attracts their attention. You write an engaging story or piece of value that people will get either entertainment or some sort of valuable insight from. Then you transition using a short segue and you make an offer. Super simple. At the end of each email, yes, every email, you're going to make an offer. Now, if you don't have anything to sell at the moment because you work on a launch basis, you can direct people to join a waitlist. That can be your offer. If you have a piece of content that you really want your audience to watch instead of buying an offer from you, that counts as an offer. That's what we mean by offer, okay? So we don't go over the top with the offer. We don't go super salesy. So if you're worried that people are going to get really burnt out from receiving so many emails and so many offers, you don't need to be, because based on my experience with myself and all of my clients who have done this with me and who have let me do this for them, based on actual evidence, if you look at what they're saying, people don't get sick of it. In fact, people open more of those emails. So for example, I always average under 1% of unsubscribe rates when people read my emails. And when I email people only once a week, it was actually higher than that, because people would forget who I was. They would get disinterested from me. They would forget who I was, and they'd be like, oh, who's this chick coming up in my inbox? So when you send them fun emails, even if they're often emails that they want to read, then they won't get sick of you. It's as simple as that. So not everyone will enjoy your emails, and that's okay, because your emails should really attract everybody who wants to work with you and repel everybody else. So here's the thing. Part 4 here, I'm gonna draw around it. You gotta be super consistent with part 4, okay? So a lot of people are saying like email doesn't work because their subscribers don't convert after the first few weeks of being on their list. But the truth is, sales cycles are getting longer and longer and longer. So especially if you're selling B2B services. So you got to keep people nurtured in the long run, and you got to keep gaining their trust until they're ready to buy. That's why we keep sending emails. And with emails, you're able to show up consistently in their inbox. So when you do that, when you show up consistently, you're able to achieve that and keep on their radar for as little as just like 45 minutes a week, 15 minutes per email. These are super simple to write. And you don't need to overcomplicate it with fancy tech or fancy launches or a super long sales page. All you need to do is start conversations. Here's the piece. You can start conversations. You don't need fancy funnels to make this work. You can just ask people to book some time in your calendar or hit reply. Because unless you're already making like $20K a month or more, there's no reason that you should be sending people to a long form sales page that take a ton of effort to tweak and really get people to convert. And because if you are not at that income level yet, you won't necessarily have the sales data to make that page really great. But when you're starting to have conversations with people directly, either in their inbox, in their DMs, whatever, you'll be able to understand them better and offer them the service that they really want and be able to close them much more easily. So down the line, of course, once you're making a lot more revenue and you want to automate this and hire a really awesome sales page copywriter to make this page for you and automate it, you can do that. But right now, you should stick to just having conversations with people. And guess what? We could stop right here at part 4, but if you want faster results, you can even move to part 5, which is part 5. You're going to be using those blue ocean of endless topics to reuse the emails that you're writing already. And these emails, 3 emails per week, you are then turning them into more videos. Oh, I'm not going to type out videos entirely, but I'm just going to write out vids. I'm not a very good computer drawer, but you are making more videos from the same topics you're already writing emails from, so that you don't need to repeat a ton of work. So these videos, you're posting them on your social media, and if you don't have an organic following, you can then turn these videos into ads for just a few bucks a week and then turn them off. If some of them are performing really well, you can even replace some of those top of funnel ads that you have with some of these high performing videos. And by doing this, you are keeping people re-engaged with fresh content. So you could target everybody who has watched these videos, so that even the people who didn't join your lead gen yet, who aren't on your email list, they're going to keep seeing your topics. So whether people are on your email list or on your social media because they have watched these videos, they're going to keep seeing you. You are going to be everywhere, okay? So not only is this time effective and really cheap to run, but it's also much cheaper to set up than to pay like a designer and a copywriter, like on the high-end spectrum of things, to set up an entire funnel for you.